Ernest Shackleton. He never set foot on the South Pole. He never conquered Antarctica. But his name lives on as a symbol of something far greater. In 1914, Ernest Shackleton embarked on what many called a suicide mission to cross the entire frozen continent on foot. His ship, the Endurance, was caught in the Weddell Sea, crushed by ice, abandoned to the white silence. For 22 months, Shackleton led 28 men through storms, starvation, and sub-zero hell, across drifting ice, brutal seas, and mountains no one had ever crossed. No rescue, no contact with the outside world, and yet, not a single life was lost. He turned disaster into legend, not by reaching his goal, but by refusing to let his men die trying. While the world waged war, Shackleton proved something quieter, but deeper. That true leadership isn't measured by flags planted, but by souls saved.
I chose life over death for myself and my friends. I believe it is in our nature to explore, to reach out into the unknown. The only true failure would be not to explore at all.
Ada Lovelace. She was born the daughter of a poet, but became the mother of computing. Ada Lovelace, raised in a world that expected her to be quiet, found genius in numbers and machines. In the 1840s, she worked with Charles Babbage on the analytical engine, a machine that didn't yet exist. But Ada saw something more than mathematics. She saw the future. She wrote the first computer algorithm, not just for calculation, but for ideas. More than a century before modern computers, she imagined machines that could compose music, draw pictures, and think abstractly. She died young, at 36, but her vision lives inside every device, every program, every line of code we write today. She didn't build the first computer. She imagined what computers would become.
That brain of mine is something more than merely mortal, as time will show.
Sojourner Truth. She was born into slavery, but became a voice for freedom. Sojourner Truth was not her name at birth. She chose it herself after escaping bondage. It meant to travel and to speak the truth, and that's exactly what she did. In the mid-1800s, when black women were seen as invisible, Sojourner stood on stages across America and made herself heard. She spoke of injustice, of God, of courage, and once asked a crowd, "Ain't I a woman?" She couldn't read or write, but presidents listened to her. She couldn't vote, but changed how people saw freedom, race, and womanhood. She died in 1883, but her words still echo louder than most.
I am not going to die. I'm going home like a shooting star.
Nikola Tesla. He gave us the world of today and asked for nothing in return. Nikola Tesla was born in 1856 in what is now Croatia. A visionary inventor, he dreamed of harnessing energy from the earth and air and giving it freely to all mankind. He created the alternating current system that powers our homes, but history gave the credit to others. He lit up the 1893 World's Fair, imagined wireless communication before radio, and dreamed of transmitting energy across the globe. But while the world rushed toward profit and power, Tesla lived alone in hotel rooms, feeding pigeons and writing to the stars. When he died in 1943, he had over 300 patents, and not a penny to his name. Today, his name is a symbol of pure genius, the kind that burns bright, even in the dark.
The present is theirs. The future, for which I really worked, is mine.
Hedy Lamarr. She was called the most beautiful woman in the world, but beauty was the least of what she offered. Hedy Lamarr lit up the golden age of Hollywood. While others memorized scripts, she was reading about physics. Born in Austria in 1914, she fled a controlling marriage and escaped to America, reinventing herself as a movie star. But behind the glamour, she was inventing a way to stop torpedoes from being jammed. A secret communication system based on piano notes and radio waves that became the foundation of Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and GPS. Her invention was ignored by the military, dismissed because she was just an actress. She died in 2000, her name nearly forgotten. Today, every smartphone whispers her legacy.
The brains of people are more interesting than the looks, I think.
Alan Turing. He wasn't a soldier, but he helped end a world war. Alan Turing was a brilliant mathematician, fascinated by patterns and puzzles. During World War II, he was recruited to Britain's top-secret code-breaking unit at Bletchley Park. There, he built a machine, the first of its kind, that cracked Nazi Germany's Enigma code. A breakthrough that shortened the war by years and saved millions of lives. After the war, he wasn't given a medal. He was given a prison sentence for being gay. He died in 1954 at just 41 from cyanide poisoning. His death was ruled suicide. Today, every computer and every AI carries a trace of the man who never stopped asking, "Can machines think?"
Sometimes it is the people no one imagines anything of who do the things that no one can imagine.
Frida Kahlo. She painted her truth, with pain, with color, with no apologies. Frida Kahlo was born in Mexico in 1907. At 18, a bus crash shattered her body. She spent months in bed and began to paint. Her art was personal, surreal, painful. She painted her spine as a broken column, her miscarriages as roots torn from the earth. Her face, her eyes, her identity, over and over again. She lived in pain, she loved fiercely, and she refused to be silent. When she died at 47, she left behind a world of paintings that spoke what words never could.
I never paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality.